Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to the Happiness Effect, the author reading experience. This is chapter 6 today. If you're just joining us, take a few minutes and go check out some of the other chapters, because who wants to start a book on chapter 6? The first 5 chapters are pretty much my story and how I got to where I am today, and how I believe the happiness effect can help you because it helped me. And by activating the happiness effect, excuse me, your life will just become a more enjoyable experience, and you will see things in a much more positive way. You will experience life to its fullest instead of dreading every day. And who wants to wake up every day dreading the day ahead? Nobody does. People want to be happy. People want to be positive. People want good things in life. And I can tell you, everything that you want, you can get, but it's going to take a little work. And the first step in that is to get your body right. You'll hear me say this a lot. If you've been here, you've heard me say it already. Get your body right, to get your mind right, to get your life right. And it's really pretty simple when you think about it. It's only 3 things. You get your body right, get your mind right, get your life right, and things will just flow into your world that you never thought was possible, but it's very possible. And it starts with our body. So chapter 6 is the beginning of section 2 in the book, and section 2 is health issues. It's a very short section. It's a little controversial. I'm not a big believer in our healthcare system, and I know it saves lives every day. I know medicine helps people, but I also know that every medicine that we take, 74% of all prescription medicine begins as a plant. The other 26% comes from fungus, bacteria, and animals. Believe that? Every single piece of medicine that you take originates in nature. So in my mind, why not just eat and medicate nature and avoid the whole entire healthcare system, unless you're really sick, something happened, you broke your leg, you had a heart attack, whatever it is, then you have to embrace modern medicine. But until that day happens, why are we taking all this synthetic stuff that throws our body out of whack? It's unnatural. It creates unwanted, unnatural side effects. And most medicines can be avoided if we eat and medicate naturally. I mean, starting from when you're a little baby. The minute a baby is born, he's introduced to our chemical world. And there's good chemicals, there's bad chemicals. Nature is full of chemicals, that are good for us. And there's some that are bad for us. But every single thing in nature benefits our body. And somehow we've gotten away from embracing nature to take the quick, easy path of popping a pill. And I'm just going to tell you from personal experience, popping a pill is not the right way to go. And if you can at all avoid that, or do some research and figure out what pills you can eliminate from your life by exchanging a natural medicine instead, you should start doing that, because synthetic medicine changes our body unnaturally. And we're going to learn about that in these next chapter. But let me get the legalities out of the way here really quick. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to stop taking pills and stop listening to your doctor. That's nuts, okay? You've been seeing a doctor your entire life. You've been listening to him or her. There's no reason to stop doing that. But when you're with your doctor, ask him about some natural cures and see what kind of answers you get. And if he doesn't know, then find somebody who does, or do some research online. So first of all, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to change your life. Anytime you change a medication and you want to embrace nature instead of synthetic man-made stuff, start small and see how it affects your body. Because we all have allergies or things that we might be allergic to that might affect our body in a bad way, and we don't want that to happen. That's not a good thing. So always start small. Don't just change your life based on what I'm saying. Do some research, and I'll say that throughout the book. These are my opinions. What I'm talking about is based on my life experience, my experiences with the healthcare system, my research into medicines of today, natural cures from years ago, the historic use of nature to benefit our body. And so these are my opinions, my feelings, And I'm sharing them with you because this has worked in my life, and it's worked so well that I just like talking about it, man. I like sharing what I find, but it's up to you to form your own opinions. And in order to do that, you have to do the research. Start with this book. It's a great place to start. You know, The Happiness Effect touches on a lot of different areas in your life, but they're all simple little shifts. And you take one a day, one a month, 5 a year, you're going to change your life drastically. And we're going to start with our body. So I'm going to get a little controversial. These are my conspiracies, you might say, of how the current healthcare system works. There are some scientific numbers and some facts to back up what I'm saying, and we'll get into that. But primarily, these are my opinions, and I'm sharing my opinion with you to help open your eyes, to open your mind to other ways to embrace life. We spend a lot of time at doctor's offices. We eat a lot of pills, and insurance makes it easy for us to eat a lot of pills. And I'm just not sure it's a good thing. You know, originally insurance was brought up, it was to cover catastrophic loss. In the healthcare industry, catastrophic care, where something terrible happens in your life and you have to go to the hospital and you can't afford those big hospital bills. That's really what insurance is about. But to entice you, to make it saleable so that everybody's happy, the insurance company has given you one free doctor's visit every year. Whether you need it or not, you go to the doctor, and that doctor will give you some medicine or tell you you're okay, you're not, whatever. My personal belief, we don't have to do that. And you're going to say, well, we want to catch the disease early. We want to catch it before it comes something. Well, I'm going to tell you, if you're eating and medicating with nature, there's not going to be a lot going wrong in your body because you're treating your body the way it wants to be treated. And you're not going to need all that other stuff. And my personal opinion, again, this is just my personal feeling, if something, let's say I have cancer and I don't know it, I'm going to continue living my life just the way I'm living it today, without any fears or worries. And once the doctor tells, hey, you got cancer, then now I've got fears and worries, and I'm going to have to worry about that. And now that fear is going to dictate my life. This may not be the right time to say this either, but what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to die. And I'm just going to say, I've said it before, every single religion, every religion, spiritual religions, nature religions, atheists, everybody says there's something better on the other side of this life. So I embrace death because it's going to be better, I think, wherever we go. So I'm not scared of dying. I don't need a doctor to tell me I've got cancer. I'm not going to get cancer. I believe that I won't have that issue in my life because I eat and medicate naturally. Anyway, let's get to the book. This is chapter 6. Again, thank you for being here, and I hope you guys take something away from this. Eat your food as medicine. Otherwise, you will need to eat your medicine as food. And see, that's so true, man. This is a quote from Steve Jobs, and Hippocrates said something very similar to that. Eat your food as medicine. Otherwise, you will need to eat your medicine as food. If you eat right, you won't need to take that medicine. Just maybe. Again, it's my opinion. Our current health system, chapter 6. The first step we'll take to creating your new happy life is to get your health under control. In order to do this, you will need to understand how our health and food systems are currently working against you and how they are killing you slowly. Western medicine definitely has a place in our society. Lives are saved every day by modern medicine. Our healthcare system does save lives, but it has become the quick fix for Americans and many other nations as well. It's not just in America any longer. It's now everybody embraces Western medicine and popping a pill to fix every issue, and that's just the wrong way to embrace life, in my opinion. You may have bought into the lie that you need to see a doctor at least once a year, even when you are not sick. You do this because your insurance company tells you to, just in case you might have a disease and not feel it. Well, I can tell you that the insurance company has no interest in you being healthy, except that the longer you live, the more money you will make for them. Remember, that insurance companies only want to catch cancer early because it will save them money. And yeah, this is my conspiracy theories. You may not agree with this, but you pay an insurance company every single month. And it's actually about 20% of your salary, which is nuts when you think about it. That's a quarter of your salary you're paying in case you get sick. It's crazy. But it's a business. It's 100% a business. Insurance companies are in business to make money. And if you're healthy, they save money, okay? They don't really care if you get cancer or not. They save money. But they'll send you to a doctor every year to make sure you're healthy. And I guarantee you that doctor is probably going to prescribe you something that you may or may not need. You may even believe that a single pill will heal you, not realizing that one pill begins making unnatural changes to your body that will require more pills to correct. Perfect health is possible through nature. However, this takes time. And yeah, let me take a second here really quick. It takes time, okay? Let's say you've been eating synthetic drugs and processed foods your entire life, and you've decided, my body never feels good, I'm never happy, how can I change my life? And you start tomorrow and you start drinking herbal tea, starting first thing in the morning, you know? Your life isn't going to change overnight. I'm sorry to tell you that. There is no magic bullet, magic pill, whatever. Everything takes time. Nature takes time. If you plant a seed, if you have never, it's time you did. If you've never planted a seed, go plant a seed today. Grow a plant. I say this a lot. It will take a week for your plant to pop up. Then you wait a month watching it develop. One day you wake up and bam, you have beautiful flowers or fresh fruit and veggies. The point is that for nature to succeed, you need patience. When you are healing through nature, it may take a little longer for your body to absorb and use the nutrients. But the benefit to your body will last a lifetime. The effects of eating naturally grown foods will provide your body and mind with balanced nutrition. So true, balanced nutrition. I say this a lot. I drink a Mountain Dew every day. It's terrible for my body. It's not a good food to be putting in my body. I like it. I just really do. I've said it before. I love it. But I try to balance that with other things. I just spit at you. I'm so sorry. Wow. Anyway, yeah, it's about balance. So you can go cheat once in a while and have a frozen food or McDonald's, but it can't be your daily ritual. It just can't be, man. It's unnatural foods are creating unnatural side effects in your body, and you don't want that. That one pill you take today will only temporarily make you feel better and is only targeting a small percentage of your body. A nature-based diet will balance your whole body and immune system naturally, so you won't need a temporary fix. When consuming or medicating with nature, you are creating a healthy, balanced environment for your body. You may even stop going to the doctor because you will not get sick. Actually, you may get a cold occasionally. Nature gets sick all the time, and then it bounces back. You are a part of nature, so you will bounce back as well. It's usually best to fight off germs naturally without creating any unwanted, unnatural side effects. I say this a lot. Pharmaceutical drugs create unnatural, unwanted side effects in our body. And you need to know that. And that's really what this chapter is about. Just giving you some information so you know that you're up against a brick wall. It's an uphill battle because everything in our life today is pretty much man-made. I read a statistic the other day. 97% of everything in your house, that's your food, your furniture, the building materials, the flooring, the electric wires, the pipes, 97% of everything in your house can be traced back to corn. That's nuts, man. We were never meant to just eat corn. And I'll use cattle as a perfect example here. We feed cattle corn, lots of corn, because it puts weight on them. It's a high protein food and it puts a lot of weight, makes them fatter so they can be sold for more money. It brings more meat. farmer makes more money, the companies make more money. It revolves around money. But because all we feed the cattle is corn, we now have to give them antibiotics, we have to give them hormones. I don't even know what else we give them, but we're filling the cattle with synthesized medicine, chemicals, because they're not bred to just eat corn. So because we're feeding them just corn, we've created unnatural, unwanted side effects in the cattle. So now we got to feed them a bunch of chemicals to balance that out. It's got to be the other way around, man. You need to embrace nature so you don't have to take these pills. It's a terrible cycle, and we're going to say that again here in a minute, but 97% of everything in your house can be traced back to its origination from a cornfield. I mean, it's crazy when I think about it. It just really is. You can get healthy eating fresh, natural foods and eliminate healthcare, but it takes time and dedication. And you got to commit. You really got to commit. Everything in life, you got to commit to it. You know, you really do. Set the intention, commit to it. At some point in life, you have to choose between dying a slow, painful death by eating industrial foods and taking synthetic drugs, or you can live a long, healthy, happy, and abundant life by eating naturally grown foods and medicating with nature. The choice is 100% yours. It's all your choice. And if you want to live a more balanced, happy, healthy life, you will embrace nature more. I'm sorry, again, it's my opinion, but we are part of nature. We come from nature. It only makes sense that we consume nature. You know, I'll just leave it at that. How about that? Your key to good health is not taking a pill for every little ailment, and that includes aspirin. I personally take about 10 aspirin a year for a migraine. I take it because in my mind, I believe it will work faster than drinking a cup of white willow bark tea. Aspirin is actually made from the chemical salicin, which is found in white willow bark. They convert it into salicylic acid, and that's the beneficial chemical in aspirin. So you can get that same exact thing from nature by drinking a cup of white willow bark tea. Google it, look into it, it's a fact, man. So a lot of that is just a placebo effect, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. In reality, aspirin doesn't really work any better. It's primarily a placebo effect. Google it, that's a fact. And it really is. It is basically a placebo effect. You think this aspirin's going to work for you, so it does. I know that white willow bark will work for me just as well, but there's that bottle of pills sitting there. That's pretty easy. I'll just pop that. I don't have to soak bark in water for 5 minutes. How crazy is that, you know? And I do it. So I'm not perfect. None of us are. And I just want you to realize that there are better ways. Even when we know there's a better way, we don't always choose it. So we need to try to choose the better way more often. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. So make the right choice. It's the dad in me coming out a little bit. A recent study from the National Center for Biotechnology, NCBI, has shown that a placebo pill works as well as pharmaceutical drugs 45% of the time. Actually, according to the CDC, Center for Disease Control, they actually claim that 1/3 of all healing, 30% of all healing comes from the placebo effect. And this is something doctors spend a couple hours on during their entire 8 years of medical training, is how the mind works. Maybe some doctors will take a course, so they spend one course out of 8 years studying the placebo effect and how the mind controls the body. Check out Bruce Lipton's book, Biology of Belief. He's got a couple other ones that are really good that try to explain how this works in medical terms. It's pretty cool. So that's Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief. It's a pretty cool book, and his other ones are good too. But anyway, 30% of all healing comes from the mind. Maybe we can improve on that if we studied it a little bit. Instead of studying some plant that I can pick apart and put into your body that's going to create unnatural, unwanted side effects, maybe we use our mind with nature and eliminate healthcare. Think about that. I mean, how much money do you spend on your healthcare, your health insurance, your medication, your doctor's visits? And maybe you wouldn't have those issues if you had embraced nature from the time that you were born and you used positive thought from day one until whatever day you're on today. Maybe you wouldn't have any of those issues if we all just embraced nature from day one. Something to think about. It's because many times our minds are just as effective as many synthetic drugs. After researching the placebo effect, I realized that for many health issues, you have a better chance of healing yourself using your mind and eating natural foods than you do taking pharmaceutical drugs. If you are eating naturally grown fruit, vegetables, and herbs, the F, V, and H, your mind and body will be able to maintain homeostasis naturally. When your body contracts a disease, you will have the ammunition to fight back without creating unnatural side effects. You won't need to take a pill because you have built up a natural defense system in your body. And that's true. When your body has what it needs, it has the ability to fight back when something comes at you. I'll say it again, I'm not scared of COVID-19 because I know my body has the ammunition already built up inside of it by what I've put into it. I don't have a weak link. I'm not popping a pill that's throwing my body out of whack someplace, you know. I eat an orange. I eat blackberries and blueberries, and they're giving me all the nutrients that I need, not pieces of nutrients in a pill, but everything my body needs comes from that blackberry. You know, I mean, it really does. Build a natural defense system in your body by embracing nature and positive thought. It's a good point to get out of this book. I'm coming at you a little hard today. I don't like our healthcare system, and I know it could be better. So I'm speaking out. I had to put it in writing because I know that if people open their eyes and can see how this synthetic pill is throwing our body off, maybe I shouldn't take that. Maybe I should eat an orange instead. It's just a better choice. If you are putting natural nutrients in your body, most illnesses will not affect your life because you are naturally healthy, which helps you to maintain a positive mindset. Body right, mind right, life right. Memorize that. You will become fearless in your ability to fight off disease. Your mental attitude, along with a healthy diet, will provide you with nutrients to fight off germs, bacteria, and viruses while keeping your mind sharp and positive. Eating a variety, and this is key too, man, it's got to be a variety. Eating a variety of natural foods will not only keep you away from the doctor, it will make you feel happier, creating more positivity in your life without you having to try very hard. And that's actually the end of the chapter, but it's so true. You don't have to really work that hard. Let's say that everything in your refrigerator today is packaged, comes from a factory someplace. It doesn't even look like the corn it started out as. Now it's a cheeseburger. Everything in your refrigerator is crap, in my opinion. And I got some crap in mine too, but everything in your refrigerator is processed foods. All of that is altering your body in an unnatural way. Okay? Yes, you're getting some protein. Yes, you're getting base nutrients. But you're also getting some chemicals and some other things that don't really work with our body. So you fill your belly up, but now your body's got to remove toxins before it can send the good nutrients out to where they need to go. So your body's kind of screwed up to begin with. But let's say you want to change your diet. You know, you're not going to throw all that stuff away, right? You're going to have to start with one thing. Start with a smoothie. You know, I've said it before. That's where I started. So the first thing in the morning, you get these fruits and vegetables that have all the nutrients your body needs, and you suck that down, and bam, nutrient blast for your body. Natural nutrient blast, first thing in the morning, gives you the power to get through the rest of the day. And then I would add herbal tea as my second step, because herbs, as I said earlier, are balancing plants. Herbs affect the head, the chest, the gut. They affect all three life centers. And they do that in a natural way, you know. if I have high blood pressure, and I use this example a couple of times, so if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but if you have high blood pressure and you go to the doctor and you take a pill for high blood pressure, well, all that pill's doing is it's focused on the blood pressure. Okay, by lowering my blood pressure, now it gives me headaches. So now I gotta take a pill for headaches. And that pill makes my hands swell up. So now I gotta take a pill for inflammation. It's just a terrible, terrible cycle. But when I drink herbal tea, I'm affecting my entire body by just drinking an 8-ounce glass of herbal tea. How hard is that? You know, and that's what I'm saying. This lifestyle isn't perfect, although it could be, maybe. But it provides your body and your mind everything you need to live a balanced, happy, productive, abundant life. And that's what the happiness effect is about. So I guess to take away from this chapter here is start thinking about where your food and medicine comes from. Try to find an alternative, a natural alternative to what you're already taking. You know, as in the example, instead of taking aspirin, go out and there's plenty of good sources. Even on Amazon, there's good sources for white willow bark tincture. You put a couple drops under your tongue. If it's a really strong alcohol tincture, it's gonna burn, man. It's gonna burn your tongue, your mouth a lot, 'cause it's alcohol, and alcohol burns, man. It's telling us, hey, maybe this isn't so good for us. Anyway, go out and find a white willow bark tincture or an oil, or just buy some white willow bark and steep it in a tea glass, because that's going to do as much for you as the aspirin is. And then maybe take a look into the placebo effect and start learning how your mind creates the environment that you live in. If the CDC, which is not my best friend, I don't always agree with them, but they do what they do pretty well. They're saying 30% of all healing comes from the placebo effect, comes from your mind, 30%. And we don't exercise our mind. You know, we don't have doctors, generally we don't have doctors saying, hey, you know, if you use some positive thought, you might be able to heal yourself. Well, they should be telling you that. 30%. That's 1/3 of all healing. Whether I take a pill or not, I can heal myself. That's pretty amazing. So take that with you today. Positive thought can change your life. Positive thought can heal your body. It's a lot easier if you have natural nutrients in your body. And just briefly, variety, man. Just don't go out and eat blackberries all day, every day. You need a variety so you get all the nutrients the body needs. You know, a blackberry isn't gonna give me 5,000% of iron that I need. You know, that's way more iron than I need. But it'll give me the correct amount, along with the correct amount of all these other nutrients. And we'll get to all those nutrients later in the chapter. When we get to the chapter of fruit, we'll talk about exactly what nutrients are in a blackberry, how those nutrients benefit our body. So stick around. I mean, there's some good stuff coming. This is, you know, first you got my life, now you're getting some of my opinions and controversial thoughts I have on the healthcare system to hopefully bring you to a happier and healthy place. So I hope you took something home from that today. That's the end of chapter 6. Chapter 7 is more of the same. We're going to talk about the American healthcare scam and how I feel you're being scammed by your healthcare insurance and just the system that's been put in front of us. Your food, your medicine, it all comes from basically the same 3 companies. Now think about that. We'll get into it in the next chapter, so you gotta come back for that. Yes, it's a conspiracy. Yes, it's controversial. In my mind, yes, it's true. So make sure you come out for chapter 7. Get involved, leave your comments, tell me what you think. You know, we have a Facebook group. There's a link in the post. Just click on it, head over to Facebook, join the group, get involved, leave some comments. You know, tell me what you think. Am I freaking nuts? I know I need medicine, I need this. Tell me what your needs are, and I'll see if I can't come up with a better solution for your life. So let me know what you feel. Join the Facebook group. Check out my blog, and you can check out the booklets I've written at my website, balancedbynature.net. And really, I just want you to have a great day. What 3 things are you grateful for today? How can you make your life better and move your needle forward? And remember this is a Tony Robbins quote. I just want to throw this out today. That let the world happen for you, not to you. Let that sink in for a little bit. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Stay balanced by nature. We'll see you next time.